Hey guys, welcome. It's Marcy, the Cranky Crafter. We are on the last two envelopes. Can you believe it? We made it. We made it to the end. I don't think I messed up any of the scheduling, so that's huge in itself. We're combining days 22 and 24 so that we could fit everything in for the month of July. And then Laura will do the last bits. And I'll link her information below in case anybody has just jumped in and is just now starting. That way you can go over and check out what she's done too. But we have day 22 is some more die cuts. They look very similar to the ones we had last time. That's okay. And then day 24, you guessed it, it's a stencil. Yeah, stencil. So, well, I have kind of maybe kind of an idea. I don't know. We'll see. But so for this, I'm thinking I'm going to use these two colors for the background, which is marine and peacock. So it's kind of like a marine blue. Indigo kind of, and then like a turquoisey color. I do have purple set out. It's called Blackberry. I don't know if I'm going to use it, but what I think we're going to do is maybe go down with the darker color and stencil in the brighter color. Yeah? Does that sound like a good plan? Hope so. And we know I can't ever get these paints to come out, ever. So here we go. These are Dina Wakley paints. They're lovely paints. I just do not love the applicator. Like, I get it, I understand it, because then you can do like dots or, you know, fine lines or whatever with it, but yeah, it just clogs up all the time. All the time. So I've got my makeup sponge. We're going in with it. Oh boy, this is dark. It's dark. It's fine. We'll brighten it up. That's what we'll do. You guys, I have big news. Are you ready for my big news? Let me get this turquoise paint out first and keep you in suspense. Is this one going to come out? Probably not. Nope. Oh, for Pete's sake. You see, this is why I'm the Cranky Crafter. Because these things make me cranky. All right, I'm just going to dry this just a little bit. Okay, now we're going to use this stencil, is my thought. How do we want to do that? Do you just want to maybe come in and do random bits? Or do we want to do the whole? No, that's too much if we do the whole background. We're just going to do randos. And I think I'm going to kind of put it at an angle. Do I? They kind of remind me of like leaves. Maybe they are leaves. I got another sponge, makeup sponge. Now, when I do the sponge with a stencil, I try not to have a lot of paint on my sponge because otherwise it just gets really gloppy. And nobody wants gloppy. So we're going to go in. That's what we're doing. And then you just hope for the best. You could tape this down with like washi. I don't usually do that. Would it make my life easier? Probably. Where's the fun in that? What was I talking about? Oh, right. I have big news. Okay, let's see how this looks. Yeah. What do we think? It's subtle. It's subtle. So do you guys remember, how do we want to do this one? Maybe down. Ooh, let's do it down this way. Do you guys remember the, like the mixed media challenges and stuff that I was doing over at Scrimping Mommies? She did a lot of like, well, the first challenge she supplied you with like the images and stuff like that. And then that was the challenge basically for you to use it somehow in your art. And then the second one that's going on currently now is she doesn't supply you with the images. She gives you prompts and stuff, but you figure out, you know, what you're going to use. Like she'll give you a color palette, and like an inspiration kind of picture. But then, you know, then you have creative freedom to do it how you want to. Anyway, this is leading into it, I promise. She was having a call for, do you want to go that way? Sure. For some people to be on her design team just for a couple months. That, you know, not like as an ongoing thing. It's like definitely a contained kind of thing. Anyway, we kind of emailed a little bit back and forth, because she kind of has a vision, or had a vision, you know, of what she wanted that to look like, because her channel is a lot more of like journal making and folio making and stuff like that, and that's not my jam over here. So anyway, we talked a little bit, and she invited me to be a member of the team for the next couple months. So for August and September, I will be showcasing her like digital art, digital images and stuff, and using them in different ways on my channel. So look forward to that. I have ideas on what I'm going to do, but you know, nothing set in stone. And we basically got to choose like which collections we wanted to work from, and I'm excited about the ones that I picked out, so hopefully you guys will be too. Okay, so let's see. So we had to finish this Christmas in July thing first with Laura, which has been fun, but quite honestly, I think we're both ready to move on from it. That's what I think. Look at that little fairy owl. And then this one's her friend, I think. And what if we have them maybe going into a tea store? Or should she be in the air? Like she's flying? Nah. No, I don't think so. Because she doesn't look like she's flying. Let's see. I think these are supposed to be reminiscent of like gingerbread houses, maybe. I can't know. That's my thought. Because, you know, it is the Christmas in July Advent thing. But what do I know? Don't listen to me. Do we like that? Oh, wait. This one's fun. Maybe we like this one better. It has like an ice cream on the top. What do we think about that? It's all right, but maybe we need the mayor of Owlville. Of Whoville. No, you can't say Whoville. Did I just completely do like a trademark thing from the Grinch? I'm probably going to get kicked off YouTube right now. Maybe these need to come down. Listen, this is why I should plan this out first. Because I could hee-haw around all day with this. I want to put this one at an angle. I don't know why, that's what it reminds me of. And then maybe I will put her in the air because she's a fairy. And then we have these two little guys that are out and about, gallivanting around. Okay. I got these from I don't know, one of the envelopes previously. And I thought maybe we could use these. Maybe for a border. Most often I have these things picked out ahead of time. Do I this time? No, I don't. Why, do you ask? I don't know. Probably because I've been doing chores. That's probably why. And that's not any fun. And we'll put this one there. Okay, who's remembering all this? But we need some flowers. Maybe purple too. I do have this purple paint set out, but I'm not sure how I'm going to use it. If I'm going to use it. We want something like that, and then she's like up in the air. Okay, all right. So I don't know who's in charge of keeping track of where things go, but you guys do that. And I'm going to take these off. Let's start with these bits. I cleaned out the nozzle on my art glitter glue, so we might be able to be friends today. For anybody new here, me and art glitter glue, we're not usually friends on most days. I can clean that thing out every single time and it still gives me fits. So sometimes you just have to like take a deep breath, and it's just glue. Just glue. That's all it is. Okay, so we're going to put this one down. You know what? Yeah, let's put it down. But I think we might need some white splatters, or do you want to do white splatters or dots? I think maybe I'll do splatters after I'm all done. She looks like she's getting ready to give somebody a piece of her mind. That's what she looks like. And this little guy looks like he's probably in the wrong place at the wrong time. And he's going to get his fill, even though he didn't ask for it. That's just what I'm thinking. I could be completely wrong. That's definitely been known to happen. In fact, it happens a lot. So, Grayson, my youngest, he's out of town for the next couple days, and his flight left really, really early in the morning, which means that because he's awake, I get to be awake, because who do you think he's texting? I think I need one more flower, right? Well, let's see. Where did we decide we were going to put her? Do we want her to the side like that? I think so. All right, then we don't need another flower. So who gets to be up and, you know, awake and that he's texting at all the wee hours of the morning. Yes, you guessed it, his mom. And so he's, you know, sharing all kinds of great information that really could wait until not at, you know, 3 or 4 in the morning. But hey, here we are. All right. What I'm going to do first is clean up this mess over here before I make an even bigger mess. And sorry, a little bit of housekeeping. A little bit of housekeeping. And after I get done with this, I have to mop the floor. So that's no fun. All right, we're back in here. Before I do the splatters, I want to embellish a little bit. So I'm going to pull out my Poscas, my acrylics. They don't have to be Poscas. Whatever paint pens or markers or whatever you have, use them. Yeah, so he was texting me about this chef that he used to watch when he was younger. He used to be super, super duper into cooking when he was little. And sadly, that kind of went to the wayside when a couple of his friends, you know, young kids. Oh, bother. Well, I can't reach that. When he was younger, a couple of his young friends kind of made fun of him a little bit for like being interested in cooking, because these friends were super sports oriented, really into the sports, and he just wasn't. He liked to read. He liked to you know, play computer games and stuff like that, but he just, none of my kids were really into the sports. They tried a lot of them, but it wasn't their strong suit. And I think as they tried them, they realized it wasn't their strong suit. And so they chose other things, like instruments. Like they really, all of them played some type of instrument. Anyway, I'm digressing. He was texting me about this chef that he used to watch a lot when he was in his cooking stage, and she just recently passed away, and he just couldn't believe it. I mean, it was, you know, of course, very sad. So he was texting me that information at the very wee hours of the morning to let me know. And while I do appreciate the news updates, I think I could have chosen to hear that information, you know, during normal waking hours. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I don't even know what's going on here at this. This looks like some kind of, it just looks like, you know, she's got her hand on her hip and he's looking a little bit wary of what she's getting ready to say. And it just, I'm just not convinced that this is going to go well for him. Oh boy. So I'm, ooh, let's do some yellow on here. How about that? Oh, that's fun. I'm super excited about working with Amanda's for her design team for the next couple months. It'll be nice to do something different because this has been very much samey since we've started. At least that's how it feels like to me. What else do we want to do, you guys? You know that dots are my thing. Love a good dot. Love a good dot. Okay, I think we need some white splatters. That's what I'm thinking. So I need to grab my white paint. Just need a tiny bit of paint. And I always give myself too much paint. And then I wet it down. I have a little fan brush, but you don't have to use that. You can just use a regular one. There's no rules. Do you. Use what you have. That's what I think. If you just have a round one, use a round one. I think you'll get a different effect. You know, in fact, it might be less messy if I used a round one instead of this fan brush. How's that? Oh, that's fun. And then I happen to have water over here for my, if we do watercolors ever, which, you know, we do watercolors quite frequently. Okay, I have some of these quotes pulled out from the last ones. These came in some of the other envelopes. I think we're going to use a white one. So I think we're going to use this one. Becoming a crafter is almost like joining the underworld. Once you're in, you can't ever get out. Ain't that the truth? Like, it feels like you kind of sometimes go in spurts, right? You kind of have like times when you're feeling maybe a little bit, what is that? Like writer's block, except art block. Is that a thing? I don't know. I just made it up. Okay, so we need to figure out what color of string we want. I think we need something. Yep, let's do that one. Good old Sari string. Love it. Love Sari string. Okay, I think I might have to, well, let's just see. Oftentimes I will have to cut it to fit the space. And I think I will have to. I think it's already starting to pick up the string. That's okay. Oh, I know what else I was going to tell you. You guys, I have two big important announcements. Two big ones. Okay, let's just see how this goes. Becoming a crafter. I'm going to cut some of that off on the edge. No, because that's too high. Becoming a crafter. Let's do it like that. But I'm going to cut little bits of this off. I got a new job. I know. There's a lot happening at the Cranky Crafter household. Husband just got a new job, and then I was offered a new job. I kind of just fell into it, really. I'm hoping that I do a good job. I mean, I'm going to try my best to do a good job, but I've never done this kind of work before. I've never done like office job before. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I have 2 more days at the barn, and then I start in the office. It's a medical office, and so I had to go out and get some scrubs. I've never worn scrubs. Never had any reason to wear scrubs. So I didn't know what, like, who knew there were so many choices? Maybe I should have known, but I didn't. So now what do we need? Looks kind of blank up there, but it's fine. It's fine. We don't want it to be too crazy. We need a ribbon though. Which ribbon do we want? We want this bright. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? Or maybe, what do we think about this one with the gold on it? Or this one? This one? This one? No, I like the bright one. Let's do it. We're just going out with a bang. Going out with a bang and doing the bright one. Oh, geez, did I cut it? Did I give myself enough? Guess we're going to find out, aren't we? So, here's a big controversial question. Are you guys pro Walmart or not pro Walmart? I'm not a big fan of Walmart. Not. What does this have to do with anything? Well, that's where they told me to get my scrubs. Because until I've been there, like worked through my probationary period, which I think is like 90 days, I have to provide my own, and then they will order me some. Look at that. But I'm not a big fan of Walmart. In fact, I call it Squalmart because I just am not, I'm not a fan. So I went there begrudgingly to look, and I ended up, okay, so we only need one of these, and then I can do the 2 days. Let's do the turquoise. I just got 2 pairs because I'm like, I can just wash them. It'll be a little bit more laundry, but that's fine. Because it's going to be 5 days a week, but just part-time. Not really sure how many hours yet until I kind of get going. Anyway, so I went in there and I had to try on, and I absolutely hate trying on. Let's be clear. I'm not a big fan of shopping, especially for clothes. Just am not. Never have been. So I was dreading it. And I ended up getting 2 pair. She told me to get navy and black, so I did that. And then I got them home and realized that while one of them was, like, what the tag said was not actually what it was. So then I had to go back in, but this time made my husband go with me. I'm like, I'll stand in line and return these while you go back. And I had given him like the tag from the pair that fit to look for the ones that I needed, because it said that they had them in the store. Like I looked it up, so like on their app or whatever, last 2 days, day 22 and day 24, it said that they had them. So here we are, like searching. They don't have them. They're not there. So I had to like do a deep breath, and then I'm like, okay, I'll just have to figure out how to get it online. Do we want to put little purple? Yes, we do. Dots. And then I promise we'll be done. Yeah, because gee whiz. We're at like, see, this is where this would come in handy if it actually had paint come out of it, but it doesn't. So I'm going to just use a tiny brush. Look how pretty that is. I said, I'm just going to order it online. Not even going to mess with it. And I came home, got on the computer to like look it up. And they're like, we can have it to you as soon as tomorrow. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I don't believe you, but fine. And then they're like, but we're going to charge you just as much as the item to ship it to your house, unless you spend X amount of dollars. Oh, brother. So then I'm like trying to think in my head, do I need anything? Do I need any household items that I could get? Yeah, so that's kind of how that went. So we'll see. I am not even cautiously optimistic that they're going to arrive and be correct. At least in a day's time. Unless, hey, maybe they have like a back room where they have loads of this stuff at. And they're going to go back there and they're going to be like, this is exactly what Marcy needs. And they're going to put it in an envelope and they're going to send it to my house. And if that happens, hurrah. But you guys, I don't foresee that happening. So I'll keep you updated on that, because I know everybody's, chomping at the bit to hear what happens. All right, this is it. We're done. Oh, how about, do we want to go just real fast through the ones that we did? Real fast? Yeah, let's just do it real fast, like. Okay. Giddy up, sparkle farts. There's chaos to spread. I see your courage. Hopefully I'm totally in frame. Let's hope. What's this one? The more you let go, the higher you rise. This one reminds me of the Up movie. Sassy and badassy. Hell yeah. If you want to give light to others, you have to glow yourself. I added little legs on her and gave her a lollipop, because why not? Feel free. She's fancy. I'm multitasking. I can listen, ignore, and forget at the same time. Sometimes you got to come up here and like fluff this stuff up. But come on, look at her glasses. She is amazing. Don't overthink it. He's got like, almost looks like a monocle. Don't get me started. I don't come with breaks. Love her. We will be known forever by the tracks we leave. This one is Michelle with a single L. I'll have left her information below at some of these videos. And then this one we just did. Becoming a crafter is almost like joining the underworld. Once you are in, you can't ever get out. And that's a wrap. That's a wrap. We're done. I'm done with mine, at least. Laura's probably got a couple left to go. So you can go and see hers over at her house. But that's all I have. I'll leave it there so that you can continue to admire it. Thank you guys so much for following along with this. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. Hopefully you guys stuck with us and you know, tried to see it as a positive thing, even though it might not be what you're completely interested in. If anything, it kind of got us out of our comfort zones a little bit, I think, and it gave us, you know, something to craft like almost every day, which I think is a nice thing to do. It's good for your brain. So yeah, that's all I have. And Laurel will finish us up, and hers will be amazing. And then we'll be done with this. And the next time I come back, I will have something going from Scrimping Mommy. So I'll see you next time.